Hi everyone, Melissa here. Sorry if I sound a little off. I've had a bit of a cold on top of the move that we did, so it's been quite a busy and rough couple of weeks, but I am back. I'm set up for the most part in my new place, and I'm very excited to get back to some nail designs and to just being with you guys. So today I'm doing a design that was requested in my Facebook group by a lady by the name of Kara Grader-Stover, I believe it was. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's kind of a ombre, or a halo ombre is what I want to call it. So it's an ombre that goes around the entire surface of the nail. I've seen this design posted in other groups on Facebook where people were asking how you would execute this with dip powder. So I figured I would show how I think it should be executed, or the way I would prefer to execute it with dip powder. So today I'm going to be using 10X Tina Sparrow. It's a nice sheer peach color for ombre designs, for specifically scrub ombre designs, which is what I'm doing today. I like to use a sheer color as my lighter color that you scrub onto, just so we can build it in layers and get a nice smooth ombre look. I'm also going to be using Dancing Flamingos by Dipp'd. It's just a really great corally pink, bright one, nice and bright, and just a touch of Poppy, which is actually what I'm wearing here, which is about the brightest neon pinkish red that you can get, and is just going to add a nice pop to the finish of this design. So to start off, I'm going to go ahead, and I have 2 layers of peel base over the top of my builder gel. I'm going to go ahead and do just a layer of dip base on each of these nails, because I am going to do a full dip Sparrow on each, and I don't want my first layer, my first dipping layer, to dry too quickly. So this base layer in between the peel base and the first dipping layer is going to prevent that from happening. Okay, now I'm going to start by just doing one layer of my sheer pink, my sheer peach, my Sparrow. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for just a touch, just a tiny bit, so that when I come in to scrub, I'm not actually scrubbing off the layer of dip. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I love using this for scrub ombre. The short bristles make it really easy to get a good scrub. And I'm going to be using Dancing Flamingos as my main scrub color. So I'm just going to dip in here and start scrubbing just around the edges of the nail. I'm scrubbing it just a little bit closer into the center, because we are going to be doing layers of the peach again over this, so it's going to blur that out. It's going to make that the coral color lighter underneath. I just want to get a nice kind of halo effect going with that to start off with. Okay, so we got the first coat of this down. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the second coat. It's going to be very similar to the last, but I'm going to try and keep the pigment just closer to the edges a little bit, and then I will of course use the pigment to fill any spots that I think kind of need a little bit more. Okay, so we are done with Dancing Flamingos. We're in a pretty good spot. I really want to do just kind of a more vibrant, bright edge. So I'm going to be using this, it's just like a little, like a sponge applicator for the last portion of this scrub. So we're going to do one more dip into into Sparrow, our peach. Getting my brands mixed up. And then we will scrub on just a touch of Poppy around the edges to brighten it. Okay, once you're happy with the ombre look that you've got, you're gonna want to go ahead and encapsulate the design in a dip of clear. I'm gonna go ahead and do a dip of clear over all of these nails. All right, now I've got the clear on there. I'm gonna go ahead and activate and file. Okay, when you're filing these, you want to keep in mind not to over file. Kind of be mindful of your filing, because if you file too hard and you file through that clear, you're going to file off your ombre. So just kind of be gentle, smooth, and try not to go too crazy with it. Okay, now I have wiped the nails down just to see how that ombre stood up to filing, and it seems to have done pretty well. And I like where the design is, but I kind of want to add an extra little pop, just because a lot of the inspiration photos I've seen have had just a really like detailed outlined edge. So I'm going to be using my alcohol art marker. This is cherry pink. Just kind of gonna go right around the edge with it of each nail. All right, and I'm just gonna use a little detail brush here with some alcohol to kind of just make those lines not so blunt. I'm gonna kind of just make them blend it out just a bit, they don't look so extreme. Okay, now I'm going to just go ahead and do a base coat to encapsulate that ink I just put on there, and then I'm going to activate and top coat. Alright, and here is the finished product. It appears that my camera is just wanting to be a little bit blurry today. I don't know if it's actually blurry for you guys, but it's definitely blurry with me looking at it. So I will get these cleaned up and they'll be posted, the final result, on my Instagram. If you ever have a color or, a design that you would like for me to try, you can always feel free, join my Facebook group, Melissa's Mani Hive, and you can come and give me some suggestions or requests or anything else. I always try to recreate whatever I can. So, thank you, as always, for joining me. I am so happy to be back. I'm excited to get back into a somewhat regular schedule. I will see you next time.